first down. On play action, here's Dak. Now a deep ball toward the end zone. George Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. What an addition Pickens has been for this Cowboy team. He adds another TD.
But you know the old saying, Mike, the games don't count, but they matter. And these are the kind of things that really matter. Efficiency, in and out of the huddle, really work the offense and the process. And that's exactly what we saw here. To be this well-oiled early in the year is a great sign of things to come once we get to the regular season here in a couple weeks.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. The Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead.
Seahawks, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Corey Horton now to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Seahawks are led out by Sam Darnold, year 9 out of USC. Of course, what a ride it was last year after all the stops. Finally reaching the mountaintop and winning Super Bowl 60.
Maybe the best NFL journey, I don't want to say of all time, Kurt Warner's is pretty unique, but, man, you think about the way his career started in New York. Kind of left for dead, bounces around a couple organizations, spends a year as the backup in San Francisco, and then that 1 year in Minnesota, everything changes. He parlays it into a free agent deal a season ago in Seattle. The rest is history. Now he walks onto the field as Super Bowl champion Sam Darnold, and, man, it couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Complete to the forward Buckeye, Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
That's good.
And a first down.
And at this point, Mike, it just becomes expected. You almost take it for granted that JSN's going to make these kind of plays. He found a new gear a season ago, going from a great receiver to the offensive player of the year. I mean, one of the best route runners in football, some of the best hands in football, and at the wide receiver position, that's a pretty good start.
And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains. And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on first and second down to gain positive yards. Stay on track, because you don't want to be in third and pass too often in today's NFL.
And that is incomplete. Contact, but no flags. It's going to be fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And how about that? Nice return there, picking his way up past the 35-yard line. Cowboys set to get back to work. And there's a look at Clayton Adams, their offensive coordinator. Adams, year 2 now as the offensive coordinator in Big D. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Short throw brought in by Schoonmaker. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
There's 2 big key pieces the way you want to evaluate quarterbacks in the NFL, Mike, is the first one, how do they operate on 3rd down? But the second one, how do they throw the ball when it's not a clean pocket? And you saw here, the ability to be on time.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. So backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long.
3rd and 14.
And now he's not spiking it. It's a fake. And this is going to blow up on them. So much for a fake. It's a sack.
And this is a great example of what can happen when you play complementary football. The back end holds up nicely in coverage, and then that front 7 is able to wreak havoc and put an end to this play.
Anger now on to punt. That kick is away. Fair catch made here. The drive will start at the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over for their 2nd possession. And, Greg, week 1 here in the preseason. Look, we know a lot of the guys who are going to make the roster, but there's still a lot to happen in training camp that players can find their way to a spot on the opening Sunday. The Cowboys have it. They're going to be in field goal range already as they've got the ball on the turnover inside the 30.
And as you can see with that fumble, Mike, it really just goes back to the fundamentals of how they're taught to carry the ball. And they talk about the points of pressure. And the biggest thing really, Mike, is you want the front tip of the ball, the part where your fingers cover, to always be higher than the back tip of the ball. So often you see that front tip go down, and it makes it so much easier for that defender to kind of rake it out. So you want pressure against the outside of the ball, both tips, the inside of the ball, and then keep that front point up.
And you'll get about 5.
Javonte Williams, the Cowboy ball carrier. He was taken down at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd.
1 quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. On to the 2nd quarter. Cowboys possess the football. They've got it looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Now it's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line.
He was taken down.
That will quiet the 12s momentarily. Gain of 12 and a 1st down.
It's just so good to see Javonte Williams back, Mike, playing at this level. It looked like he might never be the same. You think back to that ACL tear back in 2022. It kind of took him a couple seasons, but last year he looked better than ever first year with the Cowboys, and now here he is trying to build on that in year 2.
That is caught.
And after being shut down in the opening quarter, he makes his first catch here with that one. And they're going to need to continue to build off this if they plan on leaving here today with a win.
They'll try to run it with Williams. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys.
You know, I think there was a lot of people around the league, Mike, that weren't really sure what were the Cowboys getting in Javonte Williams. And, you know, he's coming off a pretty significant injury with Denver, but certainly one of the best stories of the league last year, and finished with over 1,000 yards rushing, double-digit touchdowns, and carries that success here and finishes this drive with 6.
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. And the Cowboys move out on top, 14-0.
14. Seahawks, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Starting this drive on the ground, here comes Charbonnet. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Cup in motion. First down, they'll keep it on the ground, and here's Charbonnet. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
Couple of explosive runs here to start the drive, and now you got to ask yourself, what's the counterpunch? I think as this defense continues to pack themselves in tight, this is a prime opportunity to try to take a big shot downfield.
Guarani brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. The Cowboys have it. To the 20. And he ruggles his way into the end zone. The fumble recovery, and the great return for the touchdown.
This was just a disaster from start to finish. I mean, he's retreating, he's trying to get away from the rush, but going backwards doesn't often make things better. He's hit, stripped, and defense does a nice job securing the ball and taking it back for a touchdown.
On for the PAT is Aubrey. He knocks it through. The Cowboys will take themselves to a 21-0 lead.
Seahawks, nothing. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Shaheed now to return it. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line.
On the return.
The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Smith-Njigba left side, he's got him. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Here's 2nd and 6. That one to Zach Charbonnet. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Trying to start this long road back. They've got a first down here.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
And they will get another play off. We have reached the 2-minute warning. We're back to Seattle after this. QB will survey the defense on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Shaheed with the catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Here's Darnold again.
At the 38-yard line.
His pass taken in by Shaheed. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. To throw again is Darnold. Got it with Smith-Njigba. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. He's got it. And the Seahawks get back in it. It is 21-7.
Seahawks 7.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Cavante Turpin on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. Want to save some of those for the regular season. That's a first down.
A gain of 18 on
the ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
On the play fake, Dak. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for George Pickens there, and it'll bring up second down.
It's one of those balls where the quarterback wishes there was a string. The second it came out of his hand, he wished he could just pull it back because from the moment it left his hand, that looked like a sure interception. And the only reason it wasn't because the defender just flat out dropped it.
The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. Prescott to his main man Lamb. CD gets the Cowboys a first down. One final throw before the break. And he'll be taken down as time runs out and we've come to the end of the first half of play. So the two teams head for their respective locker rooms and we head to Orlando. Scott Hansen has our halftime report. Scott.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. On the return, here comes Horton. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Taken in right side by Barner. And he is out of bounds at the 45. Well, maybe the second half spark they needed to get back into this one. First play of the quarter is a quick first down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run with Charbonnet. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. trying to claw their way back into this one, and that'll help. It's a first down.
First down.
Finding multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks, so don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
To throw on first down is Darnold. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up second down.
Leads to second and 10.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 2.
Darnold. They'll set up the screen to Charbonnet. Good pickup of 16 on that screen play, and a first down.
It's a gain of
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it, because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Out of the gun, they're going to give it to Charbonnet. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6. At the Cowboys' 16-yard line.
This will be a second down and 6. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. Darnold to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. DeMarvion Overshown. In for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up third down. To throw is Darnold. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
A 41-yard attempt.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks cut the deficit a bit. The new score is now 21-10.
What a season last year for Jason Myers. 41 field goals during the regular season, career high. Going to be remembered for the show he put on in the Super Bowl, 5 for 5. And I think there was a point in that game, Mike, where there was a lot of people who thought he should have been the MVP.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. Pistol now for Prescott. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
Dropping a catchable fumble ball is one of the worst feelings. It feels like the entire stadium is laughing at you, and all I know is, firsthand, you just want to get another opportunity to put that one behind you.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down as the tackle is made right at the 36.
Typically in a third down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
On first down, right back to Williams. Inside the 30. And he will go all the way. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. He's got another one. His second touchdown of the evening. That was some kind of run, Greg. We saw him break a tackle and then use his elusiveness to get to the end zone for the score.
Mike, for me, his feet, I mean, look at him work. His ability to make guys miss in the open field is special. And I'll tell you what, that play, that was something to watch.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Cowboys will extend this third quarter lead.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Horton. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. A give to Charbonnet. And he'll push his way ahead for a gain of 2. The veteran Kenny Clark in on the stop.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Smith in Jigba, the man in motion. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing, Darnold. This is intercepted. Picked off by P.J. Locke. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
doesn't seem like a ton of yards on top of that pick, but that was really well done. I mean, it's just going to make life so much easier now as the offense takes the field, trying to capitalize off of that turnover.
The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams getting set for this next possession. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. On the ground, this is Williams. And he's into the end zone yet again. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. His big night continues. His third touchdown of the game. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench, going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here comes Horton. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Now they'll pitch it out here. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. EA Sports back for more from the NFL preseason after this. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Darnold now to throw. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
It's a gain of 28 yards.
Big play there to begin quarter number 4.
First down.
These can be tricky situations defensively, right? The game is all but over. Barring something unforeseen, you got this one in the bag, but you still want to finish on a high note. You still want to walk off the field and put an exclamation point on what's pretty much been a dominant performance right from the start.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Couple of vets looking like they are ready for this regular season. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Here's Darnold. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and They were able to stop that play really before it got started. That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. And he just gets rid of this one to the sideline. It is incomplete. He did not want to throw the interception there. And now it is fourth down.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down.
You find yourself down big. It's the fourth quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And that's going to wind up incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it'll lead to a second down.
Well, we all know the running joke, right, Mike? If this guy could catch, he'd be playing offense. And, well, I think that's kind of a joke for the past. These defensive players are incredible these days. That's just too easy. You've got to secure that interception for your defense and get off the field.
Open man, downfield, it's C.D. Lamb. Even with the lead, they're trying to press the tempo.
And the Cowboy first down.
On first down, it is Williams. He's ripped down at the end. Looked like a face mask indeed. The flags are thrown.
Automatic first down.
Come to the line now for first down and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Third down, 3 to go. They'll throw again. Dak. He'll find Floyd. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
A pitch comes to Williams. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line.
Lawrence on the stop. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Seahawks 8-yard line.
They've got the lead. They're in control. In no hurry to snap this. And they'll take the clock down to the 2-minute warning. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Second down and 3 coming up. On the give, it's Williams. And he will score again. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. What a night he's having. That's 4 touchdowns in this game alone. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Makes the score Cowboys 42, Seahawks 10. Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Shaheed now to return it. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
The Seahawks take over first down.
The Seahawks offense and running back Zach Charbonnet set to go again. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Connects with Kupp on the slant. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Kicking time for the Seahawks. They'll punt this one away. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. To return, it is Turpin. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over.
At their own 32-yard line.
Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run by Williams. And nothing doing here. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 32-yard line.
So it's a win here for the visiting Cowboys as they start things out with a victory here in the first week of this preseason. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Seattle.